Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today's video is about something I want everybody to be prepared for. It's something that new rules go into effect that you just need to be prepared for. It's something you can actually do your own research on, and something you can actually apply to your local congressman, and you can actually send comments in to USCIS. The new rules and guidelines coming out here October the 15th of 2019. The public charge rules is going to affect many with the K1, all the visas that have to do with visas, CR1, IR1, K1, fiance visas, all the visas are going to, it's actually going to change a lot of things because they changed the income. The income right now, as it states, for say for myself and for my wife, if I was to take myself and wife, is $21,000 U.S. income per year. You can have a sponsor, plus a child is $5,500. So you're looking at $26,000. What they did, it's doubled now. And so I'm required, it will be doubled. It will be doubled October the 15th of 2019. Now this, unless it's stopped in court by a judge, or stopped in court, or stopped in Congress, or something like that. But as it stands right now, this new rule will go into effect. And everybody needs to be aware of this. That if you were planning to get a visa, you have to file it now before the 15th of 2019, or you may find you may not have the money or the guidelines to pass the requirements. It's going to change because they're saying the new income requirements may go into effect. They're having many immigrants on public benefits and welfare, and making it harder for visas. The reason why that many have come into the United States of America, and many immigrants are there, they are on what they call public charge and receiving benefits from the United States. And benefits mean food stamps, hospitalization, and things like that. Not only, and which they've always had this, but in a lot of cases now you're going to be required to have insurance on your wife and or child if you have that, or your wife coming to the U.S. Now what it will influence is, it's going to influence just about everybody in anything. It's actually going to be bringing someone throughout the world into the United States of America. Now, how will that affect? It's going to affect many. So say for instance you're living out of country, or you're living in the United States, you want to bring your filipina to the United States of America, and or husband to the United States of America. Now you just go on, you can fill out through Rapid Visa. There's many visa companies that are out there, you can actually do it. The income requirements are staying the same as of now. I went online this morning and checked with Rapid Visa on the guidelines what's going to happen after the 15th of 2019. The new requirements will go in effect as of what they're stating to me, that you will be required, for my wife and I, we have to have an income of $53,000 a year. If you have a family of 5, it goes up to I'll give you the exact amount. $73,550 for a family of 5. So a couple, just 2 people on the new requirements will be $41,150 required. You can still get a sponsor, but they're going to require you personally to have that income. Family of 3 is $53,000. It's called the public change rule. If you look on August the 12th of 2019, the Trump and USCIS person in charge went online. You can actually search this in your browser, and I will put a link on the browser for a lot of this. I do have a couple articles that I have received from a subscriber. I did not ask them if I could post them, but I could do that. That they have actually explained it more out in detail on what can occur. Now, it's not saying that it is etched in stone. They have 60 days for the time they filed it for the public to be aware of it, and it goes into effect. If they don't have anybody, or anybody files any lawsuits to stop it, it's going to go into effect on October the 15th, and that's the reason I'm doing this video. And in my case, it will affect me immensely, because I'm required now at $26,000 to bring my wife to the United States. She said it varies. So it's going to go up to 53. She told me this morning on the call on Rapid Visa if I wait after the 15th. So if you're on a benefits it's called public charge. They're going to have a new form. It's called the I-944 form, and it's going to go in with the other I-64 form. And with this I-944 form, it's going to have you have to have required income to meet the needs of that income. Plus, you have to prove that you have and will have insurance on your family once it reaches the ground. She gets there to the United States of America. Now, the sad thing about this, if someone, or if you really don't, if people don't really complain about it, or people don't let their congressman know, or send into the USCIS website and let them know, hey, these new rules I'm not happy with, you may find yourself, it's too late on October the 15th. So they have 60 days from filing, and I understand we're in the 60 days now. So so they have 60 days, and no attorneys are looking at it now. I do know this, and nobody has stopped it yet, but it may come down to the wire, and they may stop this because it will affect many people, because all of us are on fixed incomes, especially myself, and there's many other thousands other people that's retired that are on fixed income here in the Philippines, and fixed income in Cambodia, in Thailand, and Bangkok, all around Asia, all around out of here, and we're dependent upon that. And maybe we want to maybe we're thinking about getting married next May. Maybe we're thinking about getting married in January next year. Well, the new requirements may put a quietus on it if you hadn't already filed the documents. So how do you do it if you've already filed it? If you're not getting married to next year, do you go ahead and file for it? So what they're saying, and what they're saying now, go ahead and file for it. It takes 8 to 12 months, no matter what, to get the papers done. So go ahead and file for it. So I'm letting everybody know that my subscribers and everybody thinking about coming to the Philippines and getting with a Filipina and marrying a Filipina and getting with a Filipina, they might need to go ahead and file their paperwork if they possibly can, or get something started if they possibly can before the 15th of October of 2019. Not only this will affect you, this will affect, just think about the numbers. This is going to affect thousands and thousands, millions. Now, they're going to save $2 billion on this. And I said $2 billion, B-I-L-L-I-O-N, dollars on this. So that's the reason why they're doing this. Because what they're doing, they're finding that a lot of immigrants come to the United States of America, they have nothing. They don't have anything. And even the ones that are saying within the 5 years that the American men are bringing people to, that I read an article this morning, that many men that are bringing the ladies from all countries into the United States, within the 5-year period, they're finding it at 60%. Now, this is in the article, not by me. This is in the article. 60% are either going on public charge, or either they're booted out of the country. Now get that. So that's telling over half of the people that are actually getting married, they're not keeping their fiancés, or they don't like it, or they don't want to come there. Now, I do know of 3 people in this last 6 months that came over here, found a Filipina, met them online, whatever, brought them to the United States, and the girls are not happy in the United States, ended back here, and the 3 are back here in the Philippines. So you will find that. Now, why? I don't know why they wouldn't be happy in the United States, but a lot of times you miss your family, miss your friends, miss everything, and it does matter. It matters a lot. So I think, really, if you think about it, the best thing to do is, if you're planning on getting married to a Filipina, take a real close look at filling out filling out all the forms required for whatever visa you're going for. Now, does this affect the B1s and B2s? Not necessarily, but they are going to make sure that the requirements are met for the 53,000 or 41,000, depending on what you have that you're filing for. Now, and that's the reason why I'm doing this. It's called, they got 60 days from the date. It's called public charge. It's going to effect October the 15th, and it's going to, if it's not unchanged and people don't fight this, it's going to go in effect. And I left my comments on there this morning to the USCIS department and let them know that I'm not happy with this. Can they please explain? And of course, I'm sure they'll reply back. But so they're saying that it's going to make it really harder for people getting visas. In fact, their predictions, they have a prediction on how many people will be able to get a visa, and they actually have a prediction because they do studies, as you know. They do studies and all this stuff. How much money they're going to save. They have a prediction on how many people's going to go in the country and how many people's being received now. And they're saying basically what it's going to do is going to cut it in half. It's basically what it's going to do. Common sense tells you. Because what's the average income of people in the United States now? It's surely not $53,000 a year. I mean, you guys know that. So if you're someone like myself, and I'm thinking about bringing my wife there on a CR1, and I'm thinking about doing that, all right, I better jump to the gun and get that paperwork and at least get it filed and get it in. It's got to be in by the 15th at midnight because that's when this goes into effect. Now, will they stop it? Can they stop it? Yes. Hopefully they'll stop it and somebody will fight them in court over this. It's going to ruin. Because what it's going to do, it offsets a lot of other things because a lot of people were filing for food stamps. A lot of people and immigrants were filing for food stamps, and even the ones that were actually married and brought in the country. Now, I was reading it this morning. I've been researching it for the last 4 or 5 hours. I did research on it yesterday. I read at least 6 hours yesterday. I had many people on live streams this morning. I couldn't go on live streams because I wanted to do this because this is very important. This is not only important to me, it's important to thousands of other people out there. I hope everybody listens to this and watch this and get at least, you guys do your own due diligence. You guys check it out yourself. Don't trust what I say. Go check it out yourself. Go online. Check it out yourself. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I'm right. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. You should check it out and make sure that you check it out because it is going to go into effect and it will affect your income requirements. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe and hit like.